Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome one and all to this afternoon's Markets Now live trading breakdown session for the week ahead. Hope you're all doing well, guys. Good evening to you, Matthew. Good to see you, buddy. Hey, Core Tim. Good afternoon. Hey, Agent C. Good to see you, man. Great to see you, team. Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a nice extended weekend. Mine was pretty good. Had lots of family birthday shenanigans, which was nice. Had a decent birthday. Into the latter half of the 30s now. Closing in on the big 4-0. Unbelievable. Really. Feels like time's flying. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Time is flying. Yeah, it wasn't bad, Matthew. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It's always a busy one because it's my birthday, directly followed after by my mother's, directly after by my sister's. So it's a bit of a crazy one for our family's birthday stuff because yeah, it's all together. It all falls together. So we usually have a big old family sort of big old joint family thing. So yeah, it was a very busy household over the weekend. Had everyone over and stuff, and some sort of light party and stuff like that. Had a few drinks, which was decent. Weather is blazingly hot again as well in Old Blighty. We've got mid 30s for the majority of the whole week. It's 33 today. The office is currently 36. I will be doing sessions where I do sort of in real time, but I'm going to be doing it recorded, uploading it, and then I'll be in the trading room. To be honest, team, it really doesn't make too much of a difference at the end of the day. I'll still be doing the session. I'll just be doing them I'll record them and then upload them immediately. And I'll be online in the trading room to answer any questions or look at anything that you want me to look at. It just makes my life a lot easier, to be honest, especially with the state of the office and how bloody hot it gets up here. So, yeah, I'll be doing that for the week. Congrats for the England winning the World Cup. Yeah, that's right. Yes, we beat Mexico last night as well. Very early hours of this morning, in fact. I have to admit, and please don't take offense to this, anyone inside the trading room or on the outside. Good afternoon to everybody out there on YouTube as well, by the way. Sorry, I got kind of caught up with things there, but good afternoon to everybody on the outside of the trading room as well. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Don't take offense to this. I'm not actually much of a football fan. So yeah, I haven't really been paying too much attention to the World Cup, to be honest. I'm a big cycling fan, and most of my family are as well. We love bikes. So we have been heavily invested into the UCI World Cup and the Tour de France, which has just started on Saturday, day 3. So that's kind of our bread and butter. Paying a lot more attention to that than we are the footy, admittedly. But nevertheless, it's always good when your country wins a game, isn't it? So that was all right as well. That was decent as well. Anyway, let's get cracking on then. We've got a single page report. The market report is going through a few company updates. That's the reason why there's only been one page this week. The data providers that I use for some of the liquidity information are becoming increasingly, well, there's a bit of a dry spell, I suppose you would say, in the effectiveness, the efficacy of the data that they are providing. It's hit and miss. Sometimes it's not even there, and they're unable to provide it. And I pay for that service. You guys don't pay for it. You guys get it for free, but I pay for that information. And I've decided to cut the cost of that because the information is just not always there, and there's nothing in terms of like any rebates or any kind of refunds or anything that they're offering any of their users. It's just part of the T's and C's apparently. So I've dumped them, and I'm now in the market for new information providers regarding liquidity statistics, which I've got a few already under on the radar. But it's also time for a bit of a market report update. Now, the first page 1, is it is going to carry on going because it is what it is. It's very down the straight and narrow. But I am in the process of updating the market report, so that's that. It should be maybe a few weeks to a month. I'd say 3 or 4 weeks. But anyway, the market report trade ideas this week are the DAX, the Australian dollar versus the Canadian dollar, natural gas, and silver, which are taking the limelight this week. We do have one market challenge. We have the RBNZ actually as well, but that doesn't really affect us in our trading hours. And then, of course, we have the SSV, which we'll cover off in a minute. Now, in terms of the DAX, we have a monumentally sized breakout, which took place last week, forming a massive new higher high, the highest high, the all-time high by the DAX. And I believe this week we are going to be in the runnings up for a very nice retest of liquidity before we get the continuation. So I am looking for a nice short sell opportunity back down to the circle and then up and away from there. I think it does look pretty good. I think it has a really nice risk reward ratio. It can be broken down into multiple stages if you so wish, rather than one larger intraday, intra-week position. It's all green lights from me. It really is. And it looks like a very nice opportunity. The next up, we've got the Aussie CAD. Very nice established range, equal highs, equal lows. Been going on for some time now. It's a longer term range, so most of these moves are taking the week or even longer to complete. But that being said, we're already halfway up in the move. So I'm thinking so long as we just cut through the median of the range, we're still going to have a significant margin to go before we get to that high in the ceiling of the range there. So very, very nice money on the table for the Aussie CAD at the moment. Worth everybody's attention, that one. Looking down into natural gas, very similar setup, I would say, to the Australian dollar versus Canadian dollar, except for the fact that the range is, first of all, it's a little bit smaller. We don't have so much of these sort of big, nice, volatile waves. But it's also inside liquidity, which is a little bit of an issue. But that being said, we've been in here now for so long. It's been now consolidating in here for such a period of time. I think we'd be silly not to have a stab at trading this one. So I'm thinking break a structure, trade the range, continuation back up to the previous high, and then we can see if it's going to reject the high and come back down for a move lower, or if it's going to go for the inevitable breakout, which is what I believe it's going to do longer term. And then finally, guys, that leads us to silver. Now, silver has had a beautiful run to the upside. We did hit target from the market report last week, which is great. It's continued going from the point of inflection that we highlighted down here, and it's just literally moved up ever since. This week is going to be decision week, though. This area in here is actually the point of inflection halfway between the high and the low. It is the area that's now confirmed the break, close, and the retest. So we've got the nice big breakout. We've got the retest. So now if we break this area in here, this is going to signal continuation of the trend. Or alternatively, if we break above here, it's going to signal counter trend breaker structure, which means we're going to probably see a move back up to the high there at the top of the arrow. So nevertheless, it is in decision point time. And we're going to have to sit on our hands for the time being and wait to see which way this one wants to go. Either way, there's some money on the table for us. The red circle indicates where I believe it could hit if we break lower this week. I do not believe that the market is going to come all the way back down to the previous lows in one sweeping move. That will probably fall into next week's ideas. But I definitely think this area could be achieved this week. If we break structure up at the highs there, I do actually believe that the market may be able to go for a push up to that high. I think it will be able to clear that margin there. So either look at the highs or look at the low here, and that'll be your target. Now, market challenges this week. We really don't need to spend too long on this one. It's the FOMC minutes team. FOMC minutes is out on Wednesday evening, I believe. Yeah. Just actually, bear with me a minute. Just a second. This week. No. This week. Yeah. Yeah, FOMC minutes on Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So it is Wednesday. Sorry, just had to double check that one. It is Wednesday this week for the FOMC minutes. That is your major economic uh, news event this week. It's registering as a 5 out of 10. Probably not going to be a market mover, guys. Just gonna put it out there right now. Probably not going to be a market mover. It will shape market sentiment. We do have central banks on the precipice of maybe looking at temporary 0.25% rate hikes, but they're all going to be coming down by the end of the year. That's still the bias. That's still the sort of market sentiment. They're all looking at the central bank's easing policy, still looking at those, ending the year lower than we started the year. And that's already priced in, to be fair, unless the FOMC minutes comes out and it's shockingly different than what we all expect and anticipate at this moment in time. It's really not going to do much to the markets. Tomorrow morning, I will come out and release updates on the FOMC, what my thoughts were, and sort of depict what they were saying from the previous evening. Or I'll just talk about it tomorrow morning in the European session that I record for you guys. Either or. But yeah, nevertheless, I don't think it's going to be too much of an event this week, and that's basically what we've got. We do have the RBNZ event, the interest rate decision for New Zealand. Again, don't really think that's going to be too much of a market mover, and especially not going to be moving any of the assets that we are looking to particularly trade. So there is that. And now, finally, moving down into the SSV, no major notable callouts apart from one, and that's the DAX at 54%. That does break the threshold of the mean at around 48 to 52%. Buy or bought or sold. 54 is over that. It's not extremely over, but it's over enough. Nevertheless, guys, the DAX is at all-time highs at the moment. We are in retest mode. So even if it is 54% bought, it could be 60% bought for all I care. At the moment, that retest is a mandatory thing. It's a necessary part of the process. And I won't be looking or excited about buying into it until that retest is done. So that is that. Now, that's the market report. If you want to read the disclaimer for the report, please head over to www.the-utc.com. You can read the full disclaimer and all the T's and C's over there. But let's get over to the charts, have a look at our US session this afternoon, see if we can't find some decent trading opportunities for everybody. That's why we're here. Make a few quid, eh? That's why we're here. Right. Number one. Let's start off at the top of the list. Dow Jones. Currently trading at 52,866. It's an all-time high for the Dow. We've got, let's go up here to the daily quickly, in fact, and clear up some of the noise. Oh. Right, so, yeah, okay, let's go back down the 4. We've got a nice temporary base, which is about there, which has been struck a couple of times now. Slightly similar to the DAX. We've got the next point of cool down there. This is the void, the area of imbalance. We have this area in here. And we've now, really, in the space of a couple of minutes, even 1 minute, to be honest, just built the trading margins. These are some pretty whopping margins, but I think they would still work for this afternoon. So what we would look at here, it's a Monday, so we know the markets don't tend to move as good on a Monday as they do the rest of the days of the week. But we've got that for a breaker structure. We've got this as a target profit. And it would be very, very simple. Breaker structure, target profit, stop loss down at around 52.82. Guys are then looking at instantly at a 1 to 3, or a 1 to 2.5 to a 1 to 3 there. Really nice trade setup. So that would be trade idea number 1. Trade idea number 2 for the short. You're probably looking at an aggressive breaker structure, something like this. You're looking then at a target profit, I would say. I don't know if I would want to take it all the way down. The only reason I'm doing this, and I know it's not common for me to do it, But the reason I'm doing this is because it is a Monday. I don't think if it was any other day of the week, I don't think I'd be too bothered. But because it's a Monday, I think it would be prudent to bring those target profits down just a touch. So we're going to look at the entry, the target profit, and let's say the stop loss at the 50% point between those two zones. That's a 1 to 2.5 right there. And then we've got the short entry, which is about here. Target profit at this area in here at 52.58. And then the stop loss just above that one there at around a 1 to 2.8. So a couple of really nice trade ideas there. The only issue I see with the Dow Jones short is the fact that price is trading a mile away from the entry to it now. So it's a pretty big jump to get from where it's trading all the way back down there. But nevertheless, still well within its power to do so. I mean, if we think about it, that level to there is a 0.5% move. So we're really not talking about much. Definitely do that in one trading session easily. And so next up, moving over to the... Oh, actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. Quickly download that one. Right, next up, the NAS 100. Very, very different kettle of fish than the US 30 Dow Jones. A horrible trading area at the moment. Absolutely horrible. We've got this area in here. Directly below price, we've got the area above, which is there as well. Price actions trading slap bang in the middle of that tiny little trading margin. Breaker structure for the short is probably at 29.49, which is going to be too far down the list. So yeah, we're not off to a good start with this NAS at all here at the moment. I think I'd probably rather bring that one up there. So have that about there. Yeah, not off to a good start with this NAS at all. I think the only trading opportunity I really see in this one today is a breaker structure of this area in here following a rejection from the high, and they're looking to take that market back down to the median. So the trade opportunity would be about there, and that'd be your 1 to 3. Nice little trade idea, but it's just about whether it'll actually happen. But that's what I would see for the US tech stock today. So we can download that one, and then we've got the Standard & Poor's. Standard & Poor's can be a bit better than the NAS 100 sometimes when the NAS is looking a bit choppy. From initial glances, it looks like a nice ceiling, but I think it could be a bit problematic. So we got the ceiling there. We haven't got any margin for a trading opportunity above price. We have got this area in here, though. That does make sense for a breaker structure. And then we've got the area down here for the lows. So what we're looking at here, again, very similar to the NAS 100. We're looking for the S&P to break above structure, get liquidity. Once it's grabbed liquidity, down we go. And that would be the trading opportunity for this one. Yeah, that would be that one. So we don't really have any long availability in the S&P or the NAS 100. It's not that there just simply is not long availability. I mean, there is, and there tends to be. I mean, you know, there is that there for a target, but you need the full BCRs. And the problem is with these things is you wait for the full BCR, it gets to 5 o'clock in the evening, and that's too late. We don't take those trades, not at that time of day. So that's going to be it for us for the time being. But that's about it, ladies and gents. So that is a full market report breakdown. We know what we're looking at for the week ahead. We've got the US session ready and raring to go for this afternoon. We know where we're going with our energy markets roughly. Yeah, and that's about it. That's about where we are for the time being. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I really want to add to that at the moment. We still got oil going, but yeah, that's just awful. Oil, I don't want to talk about oil at the moment. Oil's not good. Oil's not fun. Yeah, that's about it. So, are there any questions, guys? Anything at all? All good, Tim? Yeah, good man. All good, Matthew. Good. All right, guys. Well, listen, I am doors open all day, and I will be all week. So hit me up if you need me. I will be here. Let me know. And if not, have a fantastic rest of your trading day. Good luck out there. Let's see what we can do. So take care. Good luck. Trade safe, and I'll catch you then. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.